Guys, it is 9 o'clock in the morning. We're starting early today with a 2022 Pella Cabernet Sauvignon. And I'm starting at 9 o'clock because this is a huge wine and I think it's going to take quite a few hours for it to really fully shine. And I'm gonna do a tasting like I never done before. I'll come back every so often and tell you what time it is, how long it's been decanted, and how the wine tastes like. But let's get to it. I am pretty sure most of you never heard of this. I don't think he really started releasing any of his wine until last year. His wine style, massive. For $100, there is so much Cabernet in this bottle. It's actually one of the best value if you like really bold structured cap. 100% Cabernet Sauvignon in this bottle. There's no other grape mixed in there. It's really big and in charge. It also does age his wine 2 years in 100% French New York. I actually only tasted the 2007 previously. They were kind enough to send me a sample. I was so blown away. I was really worried when I first received a 2007 vintage of this bottle, thinking, oh my God, it's been almost 20 years and it probably wouldn't drink that well. But I was very surprised at how well the wine hold, and I'm excited to see and taste with you the 2022 vintage. Classic dark ruby red, very high concentration, very expressive, and still very useful. As you can tell, it's a watery edge here, a very useful wine. I wish I still have the 2007. We can do a side-by-side comparison on the side, but classic Cabernet color. Let's talk about how long you should open a wine, how long you should decant it, when's the best time to drink it. Unfortunately, a wine is a living, breathing thing, and it actually changes. It's almost like opening a bottle of Coke, but not exactly, because a bottle of Coca-Cola pretty much peak as soon as you open it, it only gets worse from there. Whereas in a bottle of wine, doesn't actually necessarily peak. When you first open it, it might actually take a while to open. In fact, just a couple days ago, I had the pleasure to drink a bottle of 1985 Ridge Montebello, and that bottle of wine was so shut down, very muted. We were very disappointed. But at the end of the meal, after he had the wine sitting open in the bottle for maybe 4 or 5 hours, it was singing. So for wine, you just never know. That's why we're going to taste through a different time stamp today and see how the wine develops. Right now it is 9:10. Let's see how the wine tastes. So we literally just opened the bottle. Right now I'm getting a lot of really bright, just ripe, not overripe fruit. Believe it or not, a lot of red fruit, more than black fruit. But don't worry, the flavor and the taste will change. So I always encourage people, do not judge the bottle of wine by the first sip. Give it some time, enjoy the process, catch it when it's peaking. And of course, it depends on your environment, how hot the temperature is, how do you decant it, what kind of glass you use. All that variable will change when the wine will peak and how the wine is perceived in your palate. When I taste Cabernet Sauvignon, I'm looking for the classic black fruit. And to be honest, this bottle is actually showing more red fruit currently. I get raspberry, I get ripe strawberry. It's almost like a cherry pie in here. There's actually quite a bit of floral in there. I know he's not exactly telling us where the fruit is sourced, but I'm smelling that dusty notes, that dark cherry notes that kind of lead me to Rutherford. Very intense and very expressive, very classic of what you would think of from Napa Cabernet. On the palate, the wine is a little bit tight, as expected. It literally just opened. It's grippy, it definitely has not peaked. It is full-bodied, it is medium plus to high alcohol. The tannin is there, of course. The acidity is there, medium plus acidity. I'm getting a little more black fruit on the palate retroactively than I do on the nose. Blackberry, black cherry, still that dusty nose as well. And of course, it's very ripe fruit dominant. A nice blend of red and black fruit. We'll check back in a little bit and see how it developed. It is 9:36 now. So it has been 30 minutes since we opened and decanted the wine. In the beginning, I actually do think wine generally change pretty frequently, so it's really nice to take a little sip every so often to see how it develops. Once it kind of hit the peak, it like steadily stay there, usually for Cabernet Sauvignon, for a while. So for people who are just essentially drinking the bottle right off the bottle, especially a nice bottle like this, that's $100, you really want to enjoy the journey. So let's go. So I'm immediately noticing the difference now 30 minutes later. The predominant aroma that's coming out of the glass is no longer that red cherry. In fact, it's the dusty chocolate note. The chocolatey note is coming out, which is actually very satisfying for Cabernet Sauvignon. Whenever I smell that, it just kind of brings me home. I love Cabernet with that beautiful little chocolatey cocoa notes to it. And that notes, by the by, is for the most part from the oak treatment. So this wine does see 2 years, 100% new French oak. So getting that chocolate spice notes is very, very expected, but still enjoyable nonetheless. And the fruit characteristic is also changing, so it's becoming a little more rambly than when we first opened it. First open was really bright, cherry, very expressive, useful, just right. Right now it's getting a little riper, a little more rambly. It's more like a cooked pie, like a cherry pie at this point. And still getting that dustiness. I don't know if they will ever tell me where the wine is sourced from. I mean, I just want to know if it's anywhere near Rotherford, because it feels like Rotherford to me. A little more spiciness coming on the back end. Cinnamon, nutmeg. Again, the oak is kind of coming through now. When you first opened, it was just a fruit. Right now, the oak is pushing through. And the mouth is still very, very tight, as I fully expected on this wine. I'm still really grippy. The fruit is opening up a little bit more. I'm starting to get a little more aromatic and fruit notes on the palate. It definitely still needs time. It's still not singing. It's still not at its peak yet. So let's keep waiting. It is now 10:52. Let's taste the wine again. So it's been about 2 hours, and I find generally young Cabernet Sauvignon usually peak right around now. So let's see how we do. So right now I'm tasting, or I'm actually getting more florals on the nose, and everything is more well integrated. Right now I'm getting kind of baked and rambling raspberry along with a spice note, but everything is very well integrated and it feels more put together, cohesive. It's still really intensive and very expressive, but not abrasive at this point. So this is why patience really rewards when it comes to wine tasting, and it makes sense when you can just like take it on a journey. Don't rush it, don't chug it. It's not a shot of viral, so just watch it develop. Man, his wine is massive. So although I feel like the nose is really well integrated at this point, it is still really tight on the palate. I will let it sit even longer. It is now 12:10. Let's do our next round of tasting. Interestingly enough, it's going in like a cycle again. Right now, the oak is jumping back out again, and then it's still showing me that the wine is not quite peaking. It's such a massive wine. This is gonna take a while. Why do you think I started at 9 o'clock in the morning? Okay. The fruit are even more developed. Notes are more expressive now than an hour ago. The mouth is coming around. It's starting to open up. The mouth is starting to integrate, but it still needs so much more time. Maybe 2 more hours, we'll see. Every wine behaves differently. Plus, keep in mind that it also depends on how you are decanting and aerating the wine. I'm actually just leaving it sitting in a decanter, and I pour a little taste every so often. It's gonna be very different than if you were slowly sipping the whole time and using a huge glass, and you're also aerating in your glass. That would speed up the process, and it'll be very different. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's taste this again. All right, this cab is singing now. Oh, the nose is super expressive and focused. It's smelling really polished and put together now at this point. Oh, it's very, very floral. I think it has cycled through the whole cycle and is now hitting its sweet spot. Oh, so satisfying. Wow. Oh, really intense. I mean, seriously, we started at what, 9 in the morning? Now it's 2 in the afternoon? That's like 5 hours? So yeah, if you weren't patient, if you didn't decant it, if you didn't kind of sip it through its journey, you missed the peak. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if this is the peak, but it's definitely getting really close. Let's see how it does on the palate. Oh, that savoriness is coming out. It's still a little tight. I think it can still go a little longer. Mind you, I'm not aggressively decanting this. It's just sitting in the decanter, but this is such a massive wine. I think we're getting really close. Maybe 1 or 2 more hours. We'll see. Okay, now it is 4 o'clock. Let's do the final tasting because I think this is it. The wine has completely opened up. It's peaking. It's very well integrated. It's got lots of beautiful floral notes. and very nice and smooth on the palate. That's it, 2022 Pella Cabernet Sauvignon, only 55 cases made. Undisclosed location on where the vines came from, but I'm guessing it might be Rutherford. Humongous wine, really amazing winemaking for $100. And if you just decant it and not do anything crazy, it literally takes what? We started at 9, about 7 hours to fully open and reach its peak. And now she's ready for a delicious steak.